Oklahomans will elect a new governor this November. Current Lieutenant Governor Todd Lamb is one of the candidates vying for your vote. He joins us now live. Lieutenant Governor, thank you for being here live on our show this morning. We appreciate you making time for us.
Thank you,
Why
Maggie.
running for governor now?
Because I'm frustrated with the status quo in Oklahoma. I'm a proven leader. I've been a proven leader throughout my career, and I want to renew Oklahoma. We need to reform our budget process in Oklahoma, really invest in education, get our financial house in order in state government. So I'm a proven leader, and I want to reject the status quo that we're currently seeing in state government.
So you started in the Oklahoma State Senate 2004,
right,
and then took on your position now as Lieutenant Governor in 2011. So you have been there. You have seen what is happening. So then how do you answer that? What has happened? What's going on in our state that we are in, the crisis we are in now?
Well, Maggie, it's dysfunctional. It's a mess. I go to every county every year, all 77 counties. I got a pretty good finger on the pulse of Oklahoma. And my time in the state Senate, I'll be the first governor, when elected, be the first governor that ever served in the legislature in the minority and the majority. I bring a lot of institutional knowledge and a unique perspective for my legislative time. But as lieutenant governor, I've explained to many, it's like being a 50-yard line front row seat at a football game with no headset on. I've seen everything unfold, but I've been very limited in my capacity as lieutenant governor. So I've seen the dysfunction. I've seen the waste in government. I know that our budget process must be reformed at the state capitol. I'm the only one talking about it in detail, so I'm anxious to get these things done.
So you see it as an asset, but some might say you've been part of the problem.
Well, part of the problem in what capacity? So if you want your car fixed, you better take it to a mechanic and not a plumber. If the football team is having problems, don't hire a basketball coach, you hire a football coach. So what I've been talking about are things that I've seen, I've got institutional knowledge about, but my background is not just politics. I've got a law enforcement background. I'm a former Secret Service agent, and when I was in the Secret Service, one of the things that was ingrained in me and required of me, I had to have a detailed plan with everything I did. One of the greatest challenges Oklahoma is experiencing right now, we have no detailed plan in Oklahoma. I had to do that as a Secret Service agent. Something else I learned in the Secret Service, not only a detailed plan, I had to have a backup plan. Oklahoma's had no backup plan. For instance, when the hydrocarbon commodity price, oil and gas price dips, you hear people talk about diversifying our economy. We've never had a detailed plan to diversify our economy. And I do, and I'm talking about it on the campaign trail.
So basically you're saying your role just wasn't large enough to make the difference that you want to make now for Oklahoma. Hence your reason for running for governor.
There's a reason there are more candidates for governor than there are candidates for lieutenant governor. I'm not knocking the role, knocking the position, but there's just so much more authority and involvement you can have as governor.
And you recently responded to the plan put out by Step Up Oklahoma, and you said you are against raising taxes to fill our budget hole. It's just campaign talk. How else are we going to get this thing fixed?
Well, it's not campaign talk, because I wasn't just responding to Step Up Oklahoma. My opposition to tax increases has been long tenured. Back last February, I resigned from the governor's cabinet in opposition to a proposal to raise taxes. Throughout my legislative career as a private citizen, I've been in opposition to raising taxes. So one thing I've said that nobody else on the campaign trail is talking about, last year Oklahoma allowed $6.7 billion in sales tax exemptions. If you add credits and incentives on top of that, it was just around $9 billion that Oklahoma allowed. So before we tax a babysitter, before we tax a barber, we better get our financial house in order and deal with these incentives that are on the books and get those removed.
How has Governor Mary Fallin done?
Well, she's not up for re-election, so she's not on the ballot. She's not out campaigning. You can talk to somebody else about how the governor's done, but there's a lot of folks that work at the state capitol and serve in different capacities. I think she's worked hard, and we have a difference of opinion on some things.
Right. And talk about your background just a little bit. You know, you're from Enid,
right?
In Oklahoma City.
Born and raised in Enid. Great place to grow up. I love growing up in Enid. I'll be there tomorrow, and I've been married 22 years, married to a school teacher. My wife is a fantastic teacher. I married way up, outkicked my coverage. All the cliches apply to me. She teaches 5th grade in the public school system. And our son is a junior in high school. Our daughter is in 8th grade. Two great kids. I took my daughter duck hunting the last weekend of the season, just 2 days ago. So I'm a family man, and a lot of what I do is because of them.
What will you do? How can you fix what's going on in Oklahoma?
I'll renew Oklahoma, and it'll be a team effort. I'll reform and restructure the budget process. As a governor, I'll lead reforms and investment in education. I'll focus on 77 counties. We'll finally diversify our economy, and we'll create job opportunities for our current generation and generations that are to come. Because Maggie, as a future grandfather, I don't want to visit my grandkids in the state of Texas or anywhere else. I want them in Oklahoma, and I know that's what our citizens want.
Okay, Lieutenant Governor, we'll press pause here.
All
we're
right,
going to
pause.
toss over to weather, and then we're going to come back and answer some questions from Facebook.
Great.
We got quite a few.
All right.
Not that you're surprised by that.
Okay.
People want to talk to you
Great.
and have questions. All right.